Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to the grand finals of the Korean StarCraft League number 74. Today we have the most proxy dense matchup that you could hope for. Protoss versus Protoss. The least amount of expanse, the biggest amount of action, the highest amount of action. As we said, we have heroes starting out here with a complete no scout, or at least a very, very late scout. Meanwhile, Classic starts with a proxy robo, so we're off to really a flying start over here. Adept. I'm feeling the Stargate as a follow-up here for our boy hero. And as I say that, I see the Stargate not being built. Could still be Adept into Sentry. Like fast Nexus, Sentry pylon. Is that a possibility here? I think that is what we're seeing. Okay, interesting build order coming out of hero. You know, it is Adept into Adept. Into a supply block? No, into a pylon. Still supply blocked. Chrono here on the warp gate. We're going old school, baby. Look at that. 6-8 adepts here. In the early game, most likely. I think Hero spotted those two adept shades. I'm not sure if Classic spotted the two adepts of his opponent. We have a battery going up in the main base right now. As this shade is... Oh, well, that is awkward. One is going to finish up in the main base. The other one kind of finishes in between. 2 workers going down so far. Make that 3. Do I hear 4? I think I do hear 4. A bit of mining time being lost here as well. Meanwhile, the other side of the map. Hero is taking a good defensive trade against these 2 adepts as well. As Classic with a very, very mediocre start here. But we shouldn't forget he has a Prism out. He's going to get an Immortal out. Saturates these gases. Going to have an Immortal, 2 Stalkers against what seems to me like a 4 Adept, 2 Sentry. Like, what are we building here as Hero? I don't even know. I'm not even sure if Hero knows yet. 2 more Adepts. Okay, and they're gonna be from the Proxy. This is such a weird start. So Hero knows he's up a base, and he knows his opponent is proxying something. Hero just hasn't quite figured out what the hell his opponent is proxying. Here comes the Immortal Stalker. This pylon is most likely going to end up falling. These adepts are now starting to hit this wall. And the moment this thing dies, I'm having a very difficult time seeing how Hero is going to hold this. This is 3 units, and all you have to fight against it is probes. Full wall going down over here. This gateway is now going to get targeted down by these 6 adepts. So we're going full base trade mode at this point. Probes are actually doing a decent job at fighting the opponent. Maybe if Hero can just pull into the main base right now, get a set of sentries out, get an Immortal out with a battery, while simultaneously killing everything on the other side. This could be pretty good. Classic goes in for the recall, wants to clear these adepts, but the adepts just shade out. 5 adepts stay alive. This gives Hero a lot of time to kind of rebuild, add in another Immortal, has these 2 gateways powered right now, and stays on 2 base versus 1 base. By the way, also is up 3 workers. A very active game number 1 here on Maganatha. Double Immortal drop, heading over towards the opponent's main base. There is a reason why everyone hates Protoss. But PvP has to be the best mirror matchup. It is by far the most action-packed matchup, I think, in the entire game. Just because both players are forced into, you know, or they feel forced into all-inning into one another. Here comes a double drop heading into the main base. This is not going to be good enough. It is 2 Immortals versus 2 Immortals plus 3 Sentries and a Stalker. I think this just means that as long as Hero stays alive on 1 base, he will be winning. And the only thing that Classic can do is try to bait him to defend the low ground. Hero does not need to defend this. Ooh, Hero is gonna kill 2 Stalkers though. That's a pretty big deal. Double Immortal drop's gonna kill this pylon, so that's minus 2 Stalkers. But he's gonna get a pylon for it. I don't think that is a very worthwhile trade. I know that is not a very worthwhile trade. We have the 3rd Immortal now on the low ground. We have this Prism providing some, honestly, necessary power to these gateways. Low ground still very scary here. A couple of decent force fields. 3rd Immortal now shows up. Control out of Hero is much better so far as this Immortal stays alive. Adept warp in defensively. These adepts are still fighting on the other side, but could actually be coming home right now. Classic is going to be bursting through with the 3 adepts, with the 3 Immortals. Picks this up as well. It now is going to be single Immortal, Stalker Sentry versus 3 Immortals and 3 adepts. We have nothing else being produced over here. These gators are still holding strong. Perhaps an extra pylon is going to be necessary. Next Immortal is about to pop out here for Hero. And here comes the worker pool. Is that going to be good enough? I am not so sure. Target fire is not on the Stalkers. Target fire is not on the Immortals. Sentry Adept still dealing a lot of damage at the other side of the map. We still have these Adepts being active as well. And our good friend Classic pushes in to clear that battery. Does get the clear on the battery. Still has 3 Immortals available. Is going to be picking them up. Third Immortal is about to pop out here for Hero as well. The Immortal Micro is very solid out of both. But these Adepts, they could have been home. Instead, they're on the other side of the map. I think at this point, Classic can teleport back home and be fine. Classic has 10 workers at home. Hero has nothing at home. No workers. Then again, you still... There's 5 Adepts. This is so awkward. This is so freaking awkward. I think a battery is what Classic needs. Actually, 2 batteries is what Classic needs. Or some sentries. There we go. Sentries. We're gonna build a probe. I think adding a battery ASAP here is going to be the ultimate play. This is a crazy game, number 1. Get the Guardian Shield ability right now as well. By using that recharge. 1 Immortal gets targeted down. Good control out of Hero. 2 Immortals, 2 Adepts versus 2 Sentries and 1 Immortal. Oh, look at his control. Look at his control. Oh, there goes number 1 for Hero. As both players are just lifting. Neither of them shooting is going in and out. It kind of feels like you're opening the door while, you know, they're still on your floor on the elevator. You keep pressing the button. The door opens. You see the same guy again and again. And so Classic is actually going to be winning this game here. In game number 1. On Maganata. I actually remember one time I was in a hotel in, I think it was Berlin, and Grubby was staying there as well, and we were trying to head downstairs. So we pressed the button for the elevator, and the doors open, and there's like 12 people inside of the elevator. And I think we were with like 3 or 4 people. So we're like, okay, well, we can't fit in. So the doors close, and you know, you wait 3 seconds, and you press the button again, and the door opens, and you know, it's the same 12 people still there because the elevator was very slow to move. So, you know, we're like, how funny, you know, the people in there are having a good old laugh as well. We're having a laugh. Then the second the doors close, Grubby presses the button once more and sprints away. And I'm just standing there like a lunatic because I didn't understand what was happening. And the doors open again. These people are looking at me like, who is this idiot? Yeah, it was actually pretty funny. That's what it reminded me of when you saw like these Immortals drop out of the prism. You know, and you see the other Immortal also dropping out of the prism, but you don't have time to do the shooting animation with the Immortal. You're just standing there. It's like, what are we doing over here? Oh, no, this is what are we doing over here? Oh, this is great stuff. This is great. I love this. We have double pylons, both players deciding to proxy in the middle of Last Fantasy here. Really showing the highest level of PvP. This is what PvP was meant to be. This is how it's supposed to be played. This one is a little bit closer, by the way, isn't it? Yeah, or a bit faster. The Hero Robo is just is a bit faster. I might have had some really good probe micro. Oh no, wait, Classic has the bad spawn. So this spawn has significantly worse eco on this map. So that is why his robo is delayed by like 5 seconds or something. Look at this. He also got it a bit slower though. So it's not just that, but it is a weird start. Yeah, there we go, full wall. Getting his opponent out of there. What is it? Adept versus Adept. That does seem to be the case here. Classic has followed it up with Stalker. Hero is not even going for Sentry behind this. This is such an... Oh, Hero gets the Immortal. If Hero sees this, he can just smack these pylons. Smack that all on the floor. I think Classic... Classic has no clue what's going on, I think. He's gonna go across the map right now with this prism. Immortal is out. Now Classic does know what's going on. Needs a force field, needs a force field! Does not force field! Okay, now he force fields a little bit late. Taking a bit of damage already. Do we have a battery in here? No, we don't. I think Hero's just gonna win this game, no? Or am I crazy? We're gonna get a single Adept drop into the main base. Second Immortal is about to pop out here for Hero. It's going to be single Immortal versus... Oh! Well done. Versus, well, now 1 Stalker. It was 2 Stalkers and a Sentry when I started that sentence. Now it is 0 Stalkers. Immortal, though, is gonna die. But the next Immortal shows up and we don't have a warp in available. Recharge just got used as well. Hero manages to deflect the Adept drop in the main base. Hero has 2 Stalkers in his own main. And another Immortal's gonna get locked in here. But so do 2 Adepts. They also get locked in here. Well, the shade through the little force field. I think Hero's just dealing a little bit too much damage. And that, my dear friends, I think might actually just be it for this game, no? I don't... Ooh, no, Classic comes back. Immortal dies against the probes. Oh. Hero's up 5 workers, has 3 gates, 4th gate on the way. Is adding in more and more units. Still, now he finds it. He's like, wait a second. You're right next to me. You parked right next to me. You're gonna start shooting each other's pylons. Because I think Classic wants to do the same thing. If he can... Ooh. What is that? An aggressive drop here on top of this thing, isn't it? GG gets called as Hero ties up the series 1-1. So far, we're 2 games deep in this best of 5, and every game has been won by someone opening up with Proxy Robo. We've actually had more Proxy Robos than games already in this series, which makes me very, very happy. Classic this time is just going to scout for any proxies. So there's an interesting mind game going on here. Neither player is scouting. Classic is pretending to be proxying, but then instead plays a defensive Stalker Robo, I think. Yeah, so he is trying to counter a Robo on the map by not scouting, saving money, and then looking for his opponent's Robo. Hero is mind gaming by going for a no scout, also pretending to be proxying, but then actually going for a 1-gate expand. So both players here are trying to trick their opponent, and I think Hero is the only one succeeding so far. So this is a really important scout. This is going to give a lot of information for Classic. However, this information is already a little bit late right now because he's already gone for this Robo. I think the only play he can make from here is to go add a 3rd gate, Prism, fly straight across the map and hope that his opponent didn't build a robotics facility. If there is a defensive robotics facility for Hero, this game is over because there's going to be an Immortal. However, if this is a Stargate, which is something Classic isn't aware of quite yet, whether that's the case or not, if this is a Stargate, then going for a 3-gate, like 5 Stalker, 1 Sentry, plus 3 Stalker Warp in, it's going to be a great way to try and kill your opponent. A great way. Now, he will need to build a battery over here in the main mineral line because this Oracle is flying across the map at a very high pace. Perhaps he's just going to keep Stalker Sentry at home. That's also a possibility. But Stalker plus Sentry, Oracles can kind of push through that and potentially kill 3-4 workers here. Ooh! A little bit of misfire there out of Hero. That's -1, that's -2, that's -3, that's -4, that's -5. Can we keep counting? That's -6. And I think that's going to be it for that Oracle damage for now. That is significant damage here. As this Prism makes its way across the map, we're going to see a 3 Stalker Warp in. Hero still chasing the high. Oop. We have a single battery out and we have a single Void Ray out. So I think the goal here for Hero is to stop this Prism from ever warping in any more Stalkers. The goal for Classic is to get those 3 Stalkers to this Prism. I mean, Classic really needs 3 more Stalkers in the mix. At the same time, we have this bad boy coming back in. 3 more Stalkers into the mix. We're going to go up to maybe 8 Stalkers. I think 8 Stalkers versus 3 Stalkers and a Void Ray. With some good micro, this is definitely possible for Hero. This battery is already quite low. Energy recharge is available, both energy-wise and cooldown-wise. Second Void Ray pops out right now, though. That pickup micro is not correct. And we're working with 7 Stalkers versus 3 Stalkers, a Zealot, and 2 Void Rays right now. So the situation is getting worse and worse every single second here. Oracle comes back in, is going to clear 2 more workers, maybe even 3 more workers, but I think 2 is just going to be it. Sentry gets warped in out of Hero. Now he can recharge this, and that's going to make his micro much simpler defensively, as well as trying to kill some of these Stalkers. Could also go for a Guardian Shield, by the way, if he wants to. Instead, we're going to see that first force field. We have 3 Stalkers already in this Prism. Resource or workers lost is 9 versus 1. I think the next attack is going to be it. So 2 of the prismatic alignments just got used. That means that these 2 Void Rays are not going to be capable of dealing a lot of damage. We have a Sentry here, and we have a good Stalker count. Oh, yeah, we're going to get a Guardian Shield in the mix as well. It's a huge deal against Void Rays, by the way. People don't realize how big of a deal it is. Good control so far out of Classic. Kills a single Void Ray. Continues kiting back. Void Ray and 2 Zealots have gone down. Hasn't lost anything here yet in this battle. We have one more Guardian Shield in the tank as well. One Stalker now gets taken out as he jumps in forward. And Void Ray number 2 falls, but with the new Void popping out as well and the batteries in the back, I do believe that Hero is going to be capable of keeping this defense rolling. Micros this one Void Ray back home. Needs to be so freaking careful as he continues fighting outside of battery range, but I don't even think it's really going to matter. 2 gateways and a Stargate, a bunch of batteries, and that is going to be game in favor of Hero. Now, I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. We haven't seen a single Nexus actually mine for more than 2 minutes, have we? It's just been all in, into all in, into all in. So far, Hero getting the better end of these trades as he's up 2-1. Let's see if we can keep this rolling for now. Classic is not going for a gateway scout. Hero decides to wall in his main base. This is kind of an alternative approach to how most Protoss players do it. Vast majority of Protoss... Oh, he's gonna 1-gate expand or what? There's no second gas yet. He is gonna 1-gate expand. Gateway in the main, 1-gate expand. No, but it takes a second to simmer. What? It's a fake scout. I mean, he's really scouting, but... So, this scout is supposed to lure your opponent into a fake sense of security. It's like, oh, look, my opponent is scouting, and this probe is still on my main base. That means that he can't be proxying. Classic is going to be scouting across the map. So he will see the lack of a second pylon, which is a pretty big deal. There's a lot of gas mining going on here. This is going to be a proxy Stargate. I mean, the pylon location pretty much betrays that already. Betrays his plans. Adept, Stargate. Does Classic get the correct reads here? That's the... Okay, so there's a... No, he's looking for that second pylon. This is really all he cares about right now. He's gonna go towards the bottom side. It's like, hey, do you have a pylon down here? He needs to check everything. He's being lazy about it. Yeah, that's not correct. Usually he's being quite lazy about it. I think Classic realized what's going on, though. And now the hardest thing for Classic is going to be figuring out what type of proxy it's going to be. So there's different types of proxies, and they all require different responses. This could just be a fake pylon proxy. In that case, you want to get an Oracle, as many workers out as possible. This could be a proxy row. You want to get a Void Ray out. A bunch of batteries. If it's a proxy Stargate, you probably want a battery in your main base. That's not going to be possible because there's no pylon nearby. Classic will not have the cash for that. First Oracle's on the way for both players. This is probably... I don't even know if that's okay, Niels. This feels like fine, Niels. There's, however, no probe in the wall, and the double Adept Shade could have finished up. Hero decides not to. That is surprising, confusing, but it's still going to get 3 worker kills. We're going to go for a second Shade into the main base. It's not going to work. This time there is a little bit of a wall there. These Adepts are both going to escape, as the first Oracle has just popped out. 2 more Adepts are moving across the map. We don't even have a freaking Nexus yet quite here, as Mr. Oracle shows up. Defensive Oracle gets pulled in there. It doesn't really work like that, though. 6, 7, 8 workers going down. 23 probes to 20 probes as energy recharge gets used here on this Oracle. These Adepts are taking a freaking beating as one more goes down. This one finishes its Shade into the main base. Will get a kill here on that probe. And it's going to get pushed back. This feels very reasonable to me. As an amount of damage. I think Hero is going to be over the moon with this. We have a Phoenix on the way, by the way. No battery quite yet in the main base. 2 more Adepts coming in right now. So, worker-wise, we're actually pretty freaking close, which is cool. Okay, here comes the double Oracle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 worker kills. 7 worker kills. Oh. If we had a third Stalker here, that would have been a game changer. This Oracle is going to even manage to escape over here. So you're still going to need to deal with that as well. At the same time, Classic on the other side of the map actually dealt some damage. I'm not sure if all of those are... I don't think they're all workers. I think it's just 3 workers that went down. The others are probably adepts that he's killed. But this Oracle is now going to get cleared by a Phoenix that Hero built. No, it's not going to get killed, but it's at least taking a little bit of damage. Where is that other Phoenix? Okay, here comes Classic. Is going to win this battle, I think, except Hero gets to escape because Classic doesn't pay attention. Oh my. Oracle's going to move back in as well. We still don't have any batteries. The Hero is absolutely out-controlling his opponent right now in this series. Just doing a much better job with those units. We have killed 21 workers in a 5-minute game. Yeah, Classic is trying to chase the tail of this Oracle. It's not quite catching it. 7 workers go down. Defensive Phoenix is out. So, the only... Yeah, I mean, you can't finish this. Yeah, there you go. Need to cancel. The only thing that's looking good right now for Classic is the fact that he has an Oracle left over. And I think Hero realizes that. And he can just say, hey, as long as I have a battery in both bases, I have a Phoenix nearby, I'm going to be capable of catching my opponent. It will be no problem here whatsoever. This thing is going to get knocked out, but this also really opens up these units, yeah, to a bit of danger. We're going to get that recall in. Hero realized they got recalled. 37 workers to 25. Hero in a much, much superior position as the Oracle Phoenix is going to head back home. Sentry is going to fall over here. Robos for both players, by the way. So Hero's just playing a complete mirror at this point, except he's up 12 workers. Usually the player with 12 workers more in the complete mirror is in a better spot. This is not really a controversial opinion. We can debate it if you want. I'm willing to put my money on the line for this debate as well, but in a complete mirror, these 12 workers, boy, they make a significant difference. We can see it as well in the mineral income, we can see it in the gas income. All Hero needs to do is not accidentally trip over and die while he's sitting behind his computer, and he's going to be just fine. Twilight Council comes in, could be for Glaives, could be for Charge, could be for Blink. Every option is on the table, and every option here is allowed, is viable, has a use. I think what Classic wants to do right now is probably go... If I'm thinking in Classic's position, like what is the highest chance of me winning? And it's probably hitting while your opponent is being greedy. And being greedy here could be taking an extra base, simultaneously teching. Like imagine we see Twilight Forge, 4 more gateways, extra base, right? That's a lot of investment into infrastructure. And Classic is probably going to want to do something about it. So he has his 1 Immortal. He's going to warp in a bunch of Stalkers. The problem is just that his opponent has better infrastructure right now. There's already more gateways out, better income, and more units. So this should be theoretically impossible. Like there's 2 Immortals here defensively, and we're just warping in units 3 at a time. It's still only 2 gateways right now for Classic. So every production cycle, he's going to be -2 units. He has, like, Classic has no advantage in units either. Like he has 4 adepts. Oh no, sorry, that's Hero. Yeah, Classic has no advantage anywhere. He has 1 extra sentry over his opponent, that's it. Everything else is the same or significantly better here for Hero. As we're... Ooh, I love this move though. This is a great move because this says, hey, now you need to walk up a ramp. That is going to actually kind of tip the balance in favor of Classic a little bit. That first Immortal's taking some serious damage. I just don't think the damage output is good enough. This was a brilliant move though. A brilliant move. Classic making the best out of a terrible situation, but even in a terrible situation, you know, if you're being stabbed consistently, you know, you might be capable of saving your legs, but you're still dead. That's what happened here. Hero takes game number 3 and will win this series, this very fast series, with a 3-1 score.